Let's look at this question. Five brothers, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul and Sahdev, played a game of dice with 18 of their kingdoms and some gold jewelry at stake. The value of each kingdom was the same. At the end of the game, it was found that each brother won at least two kingdoms and each of them won an even number of kingdoms. Okay. The value of the jewelry won by each brother was a positive integral multiple of 20 billion. Okay, they were extremely rich. The value of jewelry won by Bhim was equal to the value of two kingdoms. Okay, the value of jewelry won by Bhim was the highest. Sahadev won the maximum number of kingdoms. Maximum number of kingdoms, and the number of kingdoms won by Yudhishthir was equal to the number of kingdoms won by Bhim and Arjun. There are lots of conditions. Let me just capture them. I have five brothers, or this question has five brothers: Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev. Thinking only in terms of kingdoms, they will have 18 kingdoms in total. They will have 18 kingdoms in total, and each of them have to be integral multiples of 2. Okay, so let me only take up information about 2. So everybody got at least two kingdoms and even number. Okay. Sahadev won the maximum number of kingdoms, and the number of kingdoms, so he's max, and the number of kingdoms won by Yudhishthir was equal to the sum of the number of kingdoms won by Bhim and Arjun. So if this is x, this is y, this is x plus y. Okay. Anything extra about kingdoms? The value of jewelry won by Bhim was double that won by Nakul, not necessary. The value of total assets, value of kingdoms and jewelry put together won by Nakul was 40 billion more than that won by Bhim. So this is the only pieces of data regarding the kingdoms. Okay. So let me try min cases. Min case for Bhim, I gave him 2 kingdoms. Arjun, I gave him 2 kingdoms. Yudhishthir, I gave him 4 kingdoms. So 8 kingdoms have been used up. Sahadev has to be max, so he can be 6. Nakul can be 4. Another case with the same setup would be 4, 2, 2, and he can be 2, and he can be 8. This can also work. Okay, so this time let me try Bhim or Arjun being greater than 2. So let Bhim be 2, Arjun be 4. Then Yudhishthir will be 6. And now see, so far 6 to 4, 12 kingdoms have been used up. You only have 18 total. Sahadev has to be maximum. Minimum he can be is 8. If he is 8, already the total number of kingdoms have gone above 20, and Nakul is not even getting a kingdom. So this is not an acceptable case. In fact, the only 2 possible acceptable cases are here, which tells me for Yudhishthir, it is guaranteed he's getting 4 kingdoms. For Bhim, it is guaranteed he's getting 2 kingdoms. Arjun is guaranteed getting 2 kingdoms. Nakul is getting either 4 or 2. Sahadev is getting either 6 or 8. Okay, let's work further. Value of each kingdom we don't know, but let's say it is 4x, 2x, 2x, 4x or 2x, correspondingly 6x or 8x. Now let's look at the information regarding jewelry. The value of jewelry won by each brother was a positive integral multiple of 20 billion. Okay, so minimum they are winning is 20, and so on and so forth. The value of jewelry won by Bhim was equal to the value of 2 kingdoms. So this is kingdom. Jewelry, Bhim is getting 2x. The value of jewelry gotten by Bhim is equal to value of 2 kingdoms. So he is getting 2x. Fine. The value of jewelry won by Bhim was the highest. Okay, so this is, nobody is getting 2x. 2x is the highest. Sahadev won the maximum number of kingdoms. Done. Number of kingdoms on this line we have already taken care of. The value of jewelry won by Bhim was double that won by Nakul. So Bhim has won 2x worth of jewelry. So Nakul will won x worth of jewelry. Okay. But the value of total assets, value of kingdoms and jewelry put together, won by Nakul was 40 billion more than that won by Bhim. Okay. Total assets with Bhim will be guaranteed 4x. Total assets with Nakul will be either 5x or 3x. But we are told the total assets won by Nakul was 40 billion more than that won by Bhim. So this 3x is not possible, this 2x is not possible, this 8x is not possible, this second case is not possible. Number of kingdoms won by them has also been uniquely identified. Also, the difference between them in variable terms right now is x, which is told to me in the question as 40 billion. So value of one kingdom is 40 billion. Okay, so I'm writing down values all over again. Yudhishthir for kingdoms, he has got 160, Bhim has got 80, Arjun has got 80, Nakul has got 160, Sahdev has got 240. I'll also write 4, 2, 2, 4, 6. For jewelry, Bhim has got 80 and Nakul has got 40. Okay, because 2x and x, this much we know. Last line is the value of the jewelry won by Arjun was more than that won by Yudhishthir but less than that won by Sahdev. Okay, remember Bhim had the highest jewelry. The value of jewelry won by Bhim was the highest. Now Arjun, Yudhishthir and Sahdev cannot win 80, but Arjun has to be lower than Sahdev and greater than Yudhishthir. The only way it can work is the only integral multiples of 20 under 80 are 20, 40 and 60. So this will be 40, this will be 60 and this will be 20. This is the only way it works. And now we have value of the total assets with every brother. 180 here, 160 here, 120 here, 200 here, and finally 300 here. Sahdev is richest. But anyway, I hope you realize regardless of who has whatever about, these are in rupees billions. This is extremely large amount. Nobody is poor at the end of the day. Okay, fine. Let's get to individual questions. What was the value of total assets that were at stake in the game of dice? Total assets will be sum of these numbers. Let's add them up. 180 plus 120 is 300. 300 plus 300 is 600. 600 plus 360 is 960. So answer will be option A, 960 billion. Billion with a B. Who won the highest value worth of total assets at the end of the game? Sahdev, he has got 300. So answer will be option D. Which of the following statements are true? Okay. First one says the value of jewelry won by Yudhishthir was equal to the value of one kingdom. Jewelry won by Yudhishthir is 20, value of one kingdom was 40. So this is untrue. If this is untrue, option A is eliminated and option D is eliminated. At this time, we know 3 is definitely true. Let's only check one statement out of 2 and 4 to see which is the true answer. The value of jewelry won by Yudhishthir and Sahdev together. Yudhishthir and Sahdev together was equal to the value of jewelry won by Bhim. 20 plus 60 is equal to 80. Yes. So 2 should be true. If 2 is true, B will be incorrect. The answer will be option C. For peace of mind, I will also go ahead and check the other 2 statements. But in the exam at this time, I would have moved on. The difference in the number of kingdoms won by Sahdev and Bhim is equal to 4. Sahdev won 6, Bhim won 2. Yes, this is valid. The total number of kingdoms won by Nakul and Yudhishthir was equal to the number of kingdoms won by Sahdev. No, this is not true. So 2 and 3 are true. Option C. Wonderful. The brother whose assets value is second highest decides to distribute his assets among the remaining 4 brothers. So Nakul is that brother who is deciding to do this. Okay. He will divide the kingdoms equally in all the brothers. So he gives 40 to each. And divide the jewelry in the ratio of the existing jewelry with the 4 brothers. Find the ratio of total assets held by B to that by Sahdev after distribution. He has 4 kingdoms and he is giving equally to everyone. So he gives 40, 40, 40 and 40. He also has 40 in jewelry. How does it divide jewelry? He divides jewelry in the ratio of the existing jewelry. So he will get 2 units, he will get 8 units, he will get 4 units, he will get 6 units. 2 plus 8 plus 4 plus 6. 20 units is equal to 40. 20 units, so 1 unit is equal to 2. So he gets 4, he gets 16, he gets 8, and he gets 12. Finally, we need the ratio of assets held by Bhim and Sehdev. So Bhim reaches 216, Sehdev reaches 352. I can cancel 8 from both sides. This will turn to 27, this will turn to 44. The answer to the question should be 27 is to 44 or option B.